Hi. So last time I was on here, I talked about Sienna having a cold and getting over it. She had more than a cold. Um, she had RSV, which is like bronchitis. It's a viral breathing infection. And I had to constantly continue to go to the doctors and tell them that they are not diagnosing my baby correctly, because she was coughing to the point where she was throwing up. She had diarrhea. She could not sleep. For 3 weeks, my baby girl was not sleeping almost at all. It was exhausting for her because she wanted to sleep. But it hurts, like her lungs, it hurt to breathe. She couldn't breathe. Her congestion was ridiculous. I gave her all the over-the-counter medicine I could up until what I could give her. And again, doctors were just, write it out. It's a cold. She's okay. The reason for this is because not once did my baby girl get a fever. One night, her fever went up to 100.3. That's not a fever to them. It's not hot enough. It's not something to worry about. But it stresses you out as a mom, especially a first-time mom, that you have to listen to these doctors and what they tell you for your baby to keep your baby safe. I knew it wasn't just a cold. It could not have been just a cold. The way my baby was feeling, how she was acting, she was miserable. And it was not fair to her that these doctors were telling me it's just a cold, write it out, just comfort her. No, she needs something else. There's something else wrong. I finally got a second opinion because my doctor was just not telling me enough of what I needed to hear. The second doctor gave me a nebulizer and prescribed me an antibiotic for her lungs. He said, we're going to do this for 4 days, because I had another appointment on Monday. He goes, if you come back and her lungs still are congested, he goes, we may have passed the point of, bronchitis. She might have already developed pneumonia. What the fuck? Like, you know how much that sucks to hear that? To hear that I've been pushing the doctors to make my baby feel better, and because you have neglected that my baby might have now developed pneumonia. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. That's beside the point. The breathing at home with the nebulizer helped. The antibiotic helped. I went back on Monday. She was still a little bit congested, but not as bad as she was. She wasn't as miserable. She finally was able to sleep. My poor baby girl. The whole entire month of February, my baby was sick. The whole entire month of February, I nagged the doctors to help me help my baby feel better, because just comforting her and it being a common cold was not it. The reason she got this was because my nephew goes to school, obviously, with a bunch of kids, and he had this really bad cough. My brother assumed it was just the regular cough, but he was also sick for about 2 weeks, maybe. It lasts about 2-3 weeks to completely, but he's an older kid. He's 4 years old. It's easier for him to tell you what's wrong, as opposed to a 4-month-old who just looks at you and tells you with their look that they are miserable. It was the hardest month by far for me with this baby girl, with my baby girl. She's better now, though. The reason, I'm saying this is that if you feel that what they're telling you is not enough and it's not helping, be persistent, and dig your heels, don't take it lightly. Because if I would have just left it alone and not continuously kept going to see the doctor and nagging them like, hey, this isn't a cold, and they're just like, yeah, it's fine, write it out. No, I'm not accepting that. It wasn't until I was given the antibiotics and the nebulizer for her to breathe to clear up her lungs that she started to feel better. It took a month, for her to be able to sleep again. Go with your gut instinct, as a mommy. As a woman, we already have this sixth sense type feel, but as a mommy, that there's something wrong with your baby. And if you don't like what the doctor is telling you, ask another doctor. Get a second opinion. It's okay. You're not in the wrong. Don't feel bad. If what they tell you doesn't seem to go away, figure it out. The internet is a crazy place and it tells you all kinds of crazy things. Ask other mommies, if they've ever had, their baby, same symptoms and stuff of what happened with their babies, what they did, what asked for their doctors, don't be scared. That was the other thing that, helped me was I talked to other mommies. I asked them, hey, did your baby ever feel this or that? Or, they took it upon themselves to tell me, when your baby's coughing, do this, or when your baby can't sleep, do this, humidifier on 24/7, temperature perfect all the time. It was more than that. All the things that, it wasn't working. So I needed something else. And that's what the reason of this video is that you need to go make sure your baby is healthy at all times and not to let it get worse. So I hope this helps somebody. Don't ever be scared to voice yourself, to anybody, that's your child. You're to protect your child, that's all. So thank you. Bye.